Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the reasons why I knit. It's so funny because my sewing beginning story is the same as my knitting beginning story, in the sense of I was at a homeschool group and I took a class and I learned knitting. But it's interesting how even though they both started at the same point, they both kind of changed and evolved. So when I first started knitting, I think I was knitting, I think they taught us to knit, like, I think it was a washcloth or something. I don't really remember. I remember for the crochet, they wanted us to, like, crochet this cute little bag. And it was so cute. I actually never made it because I couldn't crochet. Like, I'm sorry, I wish I could, but I just can't. But knitting was something that I actually really picked up on and really enjoyed. And so I kept on knitting after that. But I remember, oh my gosh, I wish I had it. I remember knitting my brother a scarf. I think it was the year that I learned how to knit. Maybe that actually was the project we were doing. And it was the holiest. So many drop stitches and just straight up holes were in the scarf. It was the funniest thing. My brother was like, he was so nice and was like, I love it, it's so cool. It was like blue. I think it was like multicolor, so I think it was like went from dark blue to light blue to white or something like that. And he loved it. But years later we joke about it, like, bro, like, how are you gonna wear it? I mean, you could, put the one scarf through the hole and maybe it was so bad. But I loved it and I thought it was so cool. But after a while I actually stopped. I think for me it was like, I didn't know what you could do with it, like I kind of was like, oh, I guess I can make, scarves and hats and washcloths. Which funny enough, I haven't made my first hat until now. I just started making no, I'm lying. I did make a hat before. My first hat was actually a chunky, I haven't made mittens, that's what I'm thinking of, but I've made hats before. But anyways, so I didn't know what else you could do with it besides some of the stuff I saw. And I think maybe also when I did find things, it was kind of like intimidating. But so I dropped off that bandwagon for a long time. Until I think I was 16 or 17. I had started going, I'll be honest, I started going to a counselor. I was just going through it. I remember, dealing with like anxiety and depression and even suicidal thoughts. And she gave me a list. And the list was things to do to help when you're, I don't remember if it was anxiety, when you had anxiety, or when you was like, feeling, but it had to do with your senses. And it was like, smells, your sense of smell, sniff a candle, whatever, touch, things. And I remember, I think she made the comment like, stuff like knitting is relaxing. And I was like, oh, like I knit, like let me start that. And during that time, because I had some situations happen at school, every time I would go to school I would get really anxious. And so I started trying to figure out things to do. What can I do when I'm going to school? My sister drove me, so I'm not like knitting and driving. So I decided to knit. Because my sister drove, I would just knit. And it was just like I was just knitting whatever. And I remember like I knitted one of these during that time. This is honestly just a stockinette stitch, and I was just knitting just to kind of help me calm down or relax and help the anxiety I was getting. And it was so cool because the more I did it, the more I was like enjoying it, and the more I was like having so much fun with it. So I ended up deciding to try to knit things that I never thought I could. I ended up in that year or a year later, ended up making my first sweater, which was like so ambitious. Like I literally was just making little washcloths, and I went from that to a sweater, and it was so cool. And it's so interesting to see that, like, even now I still use knitting as a way to help the anxiety. I started bringing my knitting to work again. When I used to work at a daycare, and so we would have when the babies would when the kid would be sleeping and stuff like that, you have to sit there and obviously be awake. And so I would sit there and knit while watching the kids as they're sleeping, make sure they're breathing and stuff like that. But since I started this job, I really didn't start taking it until I started going full time, because I think it was just a lot, and it was a hard transition. So it was kind of, I was getting anxious. But But yeah, like, it's funny how knitting and sewing are two of my favorite crafts, but they serve two different purposes. You know, for me, knitting has always been so relaxing and something I come to when I need a break and when I need just something to, you know, take my mind off of things. So for me, it's always been my go-to, and I've absolutely loved it. I've had such a good time. You know, currently one of the things I've been working on is this cool hat and I'm making it up barrette. You know, and this is something I take to me every day that I go to work, especially the days I have like my 8-hour shift, and I just knit little by little, and you know, I think this has been like less than a month, and this, you know, it's been growing, and it is so great to be able just to, I feel like when I knit, it's like me getting my anxious thoughts out, and it's me just being like, every stitch, it's like, calm down, you know, relax, and let's make something that will resemble the things that you went through during that time, and let's show it in such a way that you can use it or that you can give to someone. You know, like so many different things that I have made during that time, you know, even though they might have just looked like, oh yeah, she knitted a sweater, or oh yeah, she knitted, you know, a scarf, or yeah, oh yeah, she knitted, you know, like washcloths. It's like, no, like, this is me going through anxiety, this is me, you know, trying to help myself, and it's like, this is to show for it, you know, like, this is the physical item that I get from trying to bring healing, you know, and help me to be able to come to a calm and awesome place. And I'm so grateful for, you know, being able to find knitting years ago and being able to come back to it when I really needed it the most. It's interesting how sometimes things that you start years ago you don't realize could affect you or could come back later on and can really help you. So yeah, so this is really the reason why I knit. And I would like to, you know, for you guys to share with me, you know, what are your reasons to knit and why you knit and why do you love doing it as I love doing it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.